always start with the 60s work that Doyle Dane did for Beetle and for Avis. I've always loved those bits of work and will always love them. They had a way of talking about how to sell a Beetle to the car to Americans and how to explain Avis to the world. They've always been very influential for me. In terms of our work, it changes. Every year I have a new favourite. At the moment, I'm especially interested in the work that we did for Mozilla and the work we've been doing for Cambridge University. Those are two very interesting projects because they give us a lot of content to work with and play with and modulate. So they're very interesting, yeah. I don't have a favourite use. It changes. I have a different view to typography that a lot of designers do. A lot of designers have their favourite typeface, this is what they use. I don't. Actually, I like the idea that we find the right voice for a client and it changes. So it's very rare that we use the same typeface 2 or 3 times for a campaign. So that's a hard one for me to answer. I think there's a team talking today about a typeface they've designed for a Dutch city. That sounds interesting. So I'm always interested in finding the next idea, but I can't give you one favourite typeface, no. I think what tends to happen in advertising and branding campaigns is that people follow the way that other people do it. And so if you like, if everyone zigs, they zig. Now, I'm much more interested in the zag, going the different direction. But it's hard to do that because you have to say to a client, well, they're all going that way, we want you to go the other way. Some clients don't want to do that, but I wish that people would zag more often. I really do. And so we have to fight very hard for some of the ideas that we show to people because by definition they are not following the herd. But that's, I think, what makes it interesting. Luckily, we attract some clients, well, quite a lot of clients, who do want to look at things in a different way. So if you set yourself out to look at things differently, then, you know, if you build it, they will come eventually, you know, eventually. I think what we see a lot now is people putting a huge amount of money into traditional media like advertising campaigns and TV, and you've got to wonder about that now. Now that you can get so much more bang for your bucks in all of these other different media, you've really got to wonder whether you should be spending £500,000 on a TV commercial. That's one thing that I'm really questioning at the moment. In my case, I designed a logo once that I really didn't. I realised quite quickly I didn't really like. I designed it in Australia and left the country not knowing that the company would become, over the next 10 years, a very big and very famous insurance company. And that was unfortunate, because I wish I hadn't designed their logo. And eventually they got bought out. But the logo appears in the Matrix, in the film, on the top of a skyscraper where they shot the film. They shot the end of the film with a helicopter in Sydney. Okay, and there's my logo on top of a skyscraper. And I always think, oh, that was my biggest mistake. Always love the work that goes through, that's my tip.